What's up mga ka-pre-calc? Welcome to our next lesson in Eng10. In this series of videos, we are going to talk about Module 6 and Module 1.6 deals with rational exponents. Okay, so we already know how to deal with integer exponents. We talk about that in Module 1.2. We now know how to simplify and identify rational expressions as well. This time, we are going to deal with rational exponents. This means these are expressions with exponents. Yung mga exponents nila ay fractions. Okay? So let us deal with the basic first. If n is a positive integer greater than 1, and a and b are real numbers such that b raised to n is equal to a, then b is an nth root of a. Remember, here, n should be positive. Otherwise, hindi ito applicable. Ano? So, b raised to n is equal to a can be rewritten as the nth root of a. And nth root of a is written like this one. Okay, that's nth root of a. Alright, so the principal nth root of a, we talk about principal because there are two nth root of a if n is even, right? So we are talking about the principal nth root here. The principal nth root of a, denoted by the nth root of a, is evaluated using one of the following. If a is greater than 0, ibig sabihin yung base natin dito, this one, nang nasa loob ng radical symbol na yan, is greater than 0, ibig sabihin positive. The nth root of a is the positive nth root of a. It's always the positive nth root of a. But if a is less than 0, it is required that n should be an odd number. So hindi pwede na negative yung nasa loob ng radical sign at saka even number yung n. Okay, at kung ganyan, mangyayari kapag a is less than 0 and n is even, then the radical is undefined. Okay? So the nth root of 0 is always equal to 0. The symbol, this one, is called the radical sign. The entire expression nth root of a is called a radical, where the number a is the radical and the number n is the index that indicates the order of the radical. If no index appears, the order is understood to be 2. Alright? As an illustration, we are going to answer these questions. Okay, for letter A, we have the square root of 4. Okay, so square root of 4 has an index of 2. Since the index is invisible, there is an order of 2 over there. Dito, this is square root of 2. Okay, so square root of 4, remember, the radicand, itong nasa loob is positive and the index is also even. Therefore, our answer here is 2 because 2 raised to 2 is 4. Okay, take note here that negative is negative 2 raised to 2 is also equal to 4. But negative 2 is not our answer. Okay, negative 2 is not the principal square root. Okay, that is not the principal square root of 4. Okay, only positive 2 as indicated in our discussion a while back. Okay, so we have 4th root of 81. 4th root of 81 is equal to 3 because 3 raised to 4 is 81. Okay, so since positive yung radicand natin, our answer should also be positive. Okay, cube root of 64, so this one is equal to 4 because 4 raised to 3 is 64. For letter D, we have negative radicand. Ibig sabihin, our index should be odd. Okay, since our index is odd, our answer is negative. That's negative 4. Okay. For letter E, negative ulit yung radicand natin, so dapat add yung index natin, so that's okay. So the answer is negative 1/3. Okay, so kapag negative yung nasa loob, itong radical natin negative, at saka even itong index natin wala tayong sagot, it's undefined. Okay, so that's our answer for these examples. Now let us evaluate expression with rational exponent of the form 1 over n. Okay, if n is a positive integer greater than 1 and a is a real number, then the nth root of a is a real number, a raised to 1 over n is equal to nth root of a. So we can rewrite any rational an expression with rational exponent a raised to 1 over n as nth root of a. We shall illustrate this one in these examples. So if we have 25 raised to 1/2, okay, so the denominator of the exponent is 2, so that will be the index of the radical. Okay, so that's square root of 25. Okay, square root of 25 is positive 5. For letter B, the denominator is 3, so that's cube root of negative 8, and the cube root of negative 8 is negative 2. For letter C, that's fourth root of 1 over 81, and the fourth root of 1 over 81 is 1/3. Okay? Next, we shall evaluate expression with rational exponent. Now this time, the exponent has a numerator and has a denominator. So we can rewrite a raised to m over n as the nth root of a raised to m or as the nth root of a raised to m. So ibig sabihin nito, pwede tayong mag-nth root muna bago tayo mag-raise to m, or pwede muna tayong mag-raise to m bago mag-nth root. Okay, whichever you prefer. Okay, so the laws of positive integer exponents are satisfied by positive rational exponent. Okay, with one exemption. For certain values of p and q, a raised to p raised to q is not always equal to a raised to p times q. This is when a is negative. Kapag yung radical natin or yung base natin is negative, this rule of integer exponent does not always holds true. Okay, so hindi ito applicable kapag negative yung ating radicand o yung ating base. Okay, lahat-lahat na ng rules na ginagamit natin sa integer exponent applicable dito as long as the base is positive and the exponent is a real number. Okay? Now, the power rule of rational exponent is slightly different. Ano? Kapag kasi negative itong base natin, itong a, kapag negative ito, magkakaroon, dapat i-absolute value natin. Okay, kapag may restriction na a is any real number, whether positive or negative, we have to take the absolute value of a and then m over n. Okay, and then kapag negative naman yung ating exponent, ito naman applicable siya sa integer exponent. We discuss about this one. Applicable din siya dito sa rational exponent. Okay, as you can see, we can get the reciprocal of the whole term and then magiging positive na yung kanyang exponent. Okay, so we express each of the following in terms of a power of x with a positive exponent. Dito merong assumption na x is positive. Okay, so we don't need to deal with those x na negative, yung base na negative. Okay, so let us assume that the base x is positive in this case. So we have x raised to 1/3 over x raised to 1/4. Gamitin natin yung rule for division, diba? If you recall module 1.2, anong gagawin natin sa exponent? We subtract. Okay, so we subtract 1/3 minus 1/4. So x 1/3 minus 1/4, the LCD is 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4 times 1, 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3 minus times 1 is 3. So that's x raised to 1 over 12. For letter B, okay, since x is positive, the rule for integer exponent holds true. Diba? Sa lahat. So since this is x raised to negative 2 over 3, we can write that as x raised to 2 over 3 raised to negative 1/2. Okay, and then we can multiply since x, the base is positive, so x raised to 2/3 times negative 1/2. So that's x raised to negative 1/3. Okay, since the exponent is still negative, we can rewrite this as 1 over x raised to 1/3. Now that is our answer for this problem. Simplify the expression so that each variable appears only once and all the exponents are positive. Assume that x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0. Okay, so our bases are all positive. Ibig sabihin, we do not have to worry with all those extra restrictions. So ang gagamitin natin ngayon dito, since our bases are positive, are the rules the same with those in integer exponents. Okay, so let us simplify. Okay, 4x raised to 8 over y squared raised to 3 over 2. So ano, gagawin natin dito, we can distribute the raised to 3 over 2. So that's 4 raised to 3 over 2. And then x raised to 8 raised to 3 over 2. And then over y squared raised to 3 over 2. Okay, multiplied by y raised to 3, and that's raised to 2 over 3 divided by 27, x raised to 6 raised to 2 over 3. Okay, and then we simplify. 4 raised to 3 over 2, that's, di ba, pwede natin isulat ito as radical. Magiging square root of 4 raised to 3. Tama ba? Recall, ilagay ko dito, ano, recall is nth root of a raised to m is equal to a raised to m over n. Diba? So, if we have 4 raised to 3 over 2, pwede natin gawin yung 4 raised to 3 over 2 magiging square root of 4 raised to 3. So, dito sa expression na ito, we can take the square root first and then raise to 3, or we can raise to 3 ito muna bago mag-square root. But dito, I prefer that we take the square root first para hindi masyadong lumaki yung mga numbers natin. Okay, so this one, we take the square root first. The square root of 4 is 2. So 2 raised to 3 is 8. So 4 magiging 8 na ngayon yan. X raised to 8 raised to 3 over 2. So we simply multiply the exponent. So 8 times 3 divided by 2. Pwedeng divide muna. No? 8 divided by 2 is 4 times 3 is 12. So that's x raised to 12 divided by y raised to 2 raised to 3 over 2. That's y raised to 3. Okay, for the second one, y raised to 3 raised to 2 over 3. That's y raised to 2. Okay, cancel lang yung 3. All over 27 raised to 2/3. So 27 cube root raised to 2. So cube root of 27 is 3. 3 raised to 2 is 9. So that's 9. X raised to 6 raised to 2 over 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2 times 2 is 4. So that's x raised to 4. Okay, and then now we can simplify by cancelling the common factors. Okay, so yung y raised to 3 tsaka y raised to 2, cancel yung y raised to 2, magiging 1 na lang ito. X raised to 4, cancel, magiging 8 na lang. Ito, therefore, our final answer for this one is equal to 8x raised to 8 divided by 9y. So, ito na yung sagot natin. Okay? Now, let us answer this example. Find each of the following products and express the result with positive exponents. Assume that A is greater than 0 and B is greater than 0. Okay, so merong ulit assume values for A and B. Ibig sabihin, do not worry about the sign of the bases. Okay, so ibig sabihin nito, kapag merong assumption na A is greater than 0, B is greater than 0, that means that all of the rules in the integer exponents are applicable. Okay, let us take a look at the given problem. A raised to 1/2 plus B raised to 1/2 multiplied by A raised to 1/2 minus B raised to 1/2. Okay, you may recall that these two are special factors, di ba? Ito, ang sagot nito is a special product because this is sum and difference. Okay? Sum and difference, di ba? The sum and difference of two numbers, kapag pinag-multiply yan, the square of the first number minus the square of the second number. So that's a raised to 1/2 square minus b raised to 1/2 square. Okay, you can actually prove this using the FOIL method. Okay, you can use the distributive property to simplify this one. But since we know that this is a special product, we can immediately use this one. A raised to 1/2 raised to 2 is a, b raised to 1/2 raised to 2 is b. So this is our answer, a minus b. And for this problem, the same assumption that a and b should be positive. But this time, this is not a special product because the first one, itong una, ang exponent niya positive. Ito sa pangalawa, the exponent is negative. Okay, that is why we're going to use the distributive property. Wala namang special product para dito. Okay, so let us use the distributive property. A raised to 1/2 multiplied by a raised to negative 1/2. If we add the exponents, 1/2 plus negative 1/2, that's a raised to 0. Tama? And then next, a raised to 1/2 times b raised to negative 1/2. So we just multiply a raised to 1/2, b raised to negative 1/2. And then the other one, minus a raised to negative 1/2, b raised to 1/2, and last, b raised to negative 1/2 times b raised to positive 1/2. So that's minus b raised to 0. Okay? So, ito is 1 equal to 1 ito, tama? Ito equal to 1 din. So, 1 minus 1. Itong a raised to 0 equals 1. Yung b raised to 0 equals 1. So, magka-cancel out sila because 1 minus 1 is 0. So, matira na lang itong a raised to 1/2, b raised to negative 1/2, minus a raised to negative 1/2, b raised to 1/2. But we do not want those negative exponents. Kailangan natin gawing positive. So that's a raised to 1/2 over b raised to 1/2 minus b raised to 1/2 over a raised to 1/2. Okay? And then we need to express this as a single rational expression. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin, we need to get the LCD. The LCD is a raised to 1/2, b raised to 1/2. Kapag dinivide natin yan sa b raised to 1/2, so magiging a raised to 1/2 multiplied by another a raised to 1/2, so magiging a. And then, we do the same dito sa second term, divided by ito, magiging b. Okay, this is now our final answer for this problem. Okay, so here is another example. Simplify the following expression. Each variable can be any real number. Dito, take note, wala ng assumption na u and v, itong mga bases natin, are positive numbers. So, they can be negative. Ibig sabihin, those special restrictions ay applicable na dito. Lahat ay meron ng mga restrictions. May mga bagay-bagay na sa integer exponent, mga rules sa integer exponent na hindi applicable dito. Okay, so that is why we are going to use ito, mag-distributive pa rin. So u squared raised to 1/4 multiplied by b raised to 4 raised to 1/4. Ito na. This is the power of a power rule, but this time merong restriction, tama? If u is a negative number, magkakaroon tayo ng absolute value. So the absolute value of u raised to 2 over 4 multiplied by the absolute value of v raised to 4 over 4. So ito, absolute value of u raised to 1/2 times the absolute value of v raised to 1, or simply the absolute value of v. Ito na yung sagot natin for this problem. Okay, so let us simplify the following expression. Each variable can be any real number. Okay, the same problem is like the previous problem. Ito, the variables x and y are not assumed to be positive. Ibig sabihin, there are restrictions sa kanila, So, let us answer this one. Itong negative x raised to 2 raised to 1/2. So, that's negative x raised to 2 and then raised to 1/2. Then we have y minus 3 raised to 2 and then raised to 1/2. Okay, so ito, since may restriction ito, magiging absolute value of negative x raised to 2 over 2, and then the same is true dito, the absolute value of y minus 3 raised to 2 over 2. So this one, the absolute value of a negative is always positive, so that's why this is absolute value of x raised to 1 times the absolute value of y minus 3. Yan na yung sagot natin for this problem. Now let us try to do some factoring involving rational exponents. Okay? To do this, we will factor out the variable containing the lowest power. Ano? So in this case, for example, we have 8x raised to 2 over 3 plus 5x raised to 5 over 3. Which variable has a lower exponent? Siyempre, mas bababa itong x raised to 2 over 3. That is why, yun yung i-factor out natin. Yun yung ilalabas natin. Okay, so magiging x raised to 2 over 3. And then, anong matitira dito sa first term? So, 8 na lang, tama? Dito sa second term, plus 5. Siyempre, meron pang matitirang x dito. 5 over 3, tanggalan mo ng 2 over 3. So, that's 5 over 3 minus 2 over 3. Ang sagot, 3 over 3 or simply 1. So, yan na yung sagot. X raised to 2 over 3 multiplied by 8 plus 5x. Okay? Let us try to do some another problem dito sa kabila. We have 4y raised to negative 1/4 plus 7y raised to 7 over 4. Siyempre dito, the lower exponent is negative 1/4. So, ilalabas natin yung y raised to negative 1/4. So, matitira dito is 4 and then plus 7y. Okay. So, 7 over 4, tinanggalan mo ng negative 1/4. Ibig sabihin, we need to add 1/4. Tama? So, 7 over 4 plus 1 over 4 is 8 over 4 or 2. So, ito magiging 7y squared. But since there is a negative exponent dito, pwede pa natin itong isulat as 4 plus 7y squared all over y raised to 1/4. Okay, so yan na yung sagot for this problem. And then, another one, 2 times x minus 1 raised to negative 1/2 plus x minus 1 raised to 1/2. So, ang parehas sa kanila is x minus 1. Pero, ito has the lower exponent kasi negative. Ano? Ilabas natin ngayon yung x minus 1 raised to negative 1/2. So, ang matitira dito sa first term ay 2. Dito naman sa second term, x minus 1. So, we have 1/2 plus 1/2 or 1. Okay? So, raised to 1. So, pwede na natin i-rewrite ito as x minus 1 raised to negative 1/2. Dito, 2 minus 1 is 1 plus x. Okay? We can bring down ito kasi negative yung exponent niya. So, 1 plus x over x minus 1 raised to, magiging positive nito. Positive 1/2. Okay? So, yan na yung sagot natin for this one. Okay, and then finally, dito sa pangatlo, factoring. Yan. Okay. Let's answer this one by factoring yung common muna doon sa numerator. Tingnan mo dito sa numerator, ito yung term, first term. Okay? So, ano ang common niya dito sa second term? Ang common nila, ito may x raised to 3. Itong second term, merong x raised to 4. Tama? So, we can bring out x raised to 3. Okay? So, dito may 4. Yung constant muna. Ito may 4. Ito 1/2. Okay? So, I think we can bring out 1/2. Pwede nating ilabas yung 1/2. Okay. And then, ito pala is x raised to 4 tapos meron pang isang x doon. So, that's basically x raised to 5. And pwede pala nating i-cancel itong 2 and 2 dito kasi 1/2 tapos 2. So wala na itong 1/2. We can erase yung 1/2 na yan. So hindi na natin ito ilalabas. Okay? So x cubed na lang. And then x squared plus 1, tingnan natin ito, positive 1/2 yung exponent sa kabila, negative 1/2. So we can bring out x squared plus 1 raised to negative 1/2. Okay, so kapag linabas natin yan, ano ang matitira dito sa first term? So meron tayong 4, tapos x squared plus 1, 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1. Okay, dito sa second term naman, minus x raised to 4. So, linabas natin yung x cubed. So, meron pang isang natirang x. Okay, but actually, meron pang isang x dito, sabi ko kanina. So, this is x squared. X squared. So, that's x times x is x squared. Dito, x squared plus 1 raised to negative 1/2, linabas na natin. So, wala nang natira. Okay? And then divided by raised to 1/2 raised to 2, so that's basically x squared plus 1. Okay? So simplifying further, dito sa kabila we have x cubed. Ito ilalagay na natin sa baba ito because this is negative 1/2 yung kanyang exponent. Ito, kapag sinimplify natin ito, 4x squared minus x squared, that's 3x squared, tama? And then 4 times 1, so that's positive 4. All over, eto, magkapareha, di ba? X squared plus 1 raised to 1, tapos ilalagay natin sa baba yung raised to negative 1/2. So magsasama na sila, we just add the exponent. So x squared plus 1, so 1 plus 1/2, that's 3 over 2. Okay, can we simplify this any further? Pwede nating pagsamahin yung sa numerator, pwede nating, pero yung kung factored form ito, okay na yan. Okay, so pwede na ito as a final answer. Okay?